Hi guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm here with a bunch of pieces that we have made in mass making sessions, and I've got here some bird images from books. So I thought what we could do is do some pockets using bird images from books. So, you know, you could use book images generally, but today I thought I would use birds. And the reason really why I thought that I would come along and do this is because I've talked about this before. I love the whole birds thing when other people use them, but to be honest, I find them a little bit of a struggle to use, and I often don't really use things like birds. So I thought this would be quite a nice one to come along and use some of these gorgeous images on some of these pockets. So I just literally took out a couple of pages from the book that I'm going to be using. And yeah, I've just grabbed a handful of pockets. I think I've picked all different pockets. Hopefully I have. And so, yeah, we're just going to kind of like marry up the images that we think are going to look good per, you know, per pocket. So let's have a look and see. Now I'm thinking this one here looks quite a good complement for this. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to cut this first. Now I'm probably going to tear these, you know, fussy tear them. But just in the first instance, I'm going to cut them out and just place them, you know, by the pocket that I'm going to use them with. So this one here, I'm now actually thinking, why did I pick this pocket? Because I'm not too sure that any of these birds are going to look too great on this, to be honest. I mean, maybe this, I don't know. Maybe I'll come back to that one. Well, that's not a good start, is it? We've got this pocket here with a couple of little side tucks there. So let's see. I mean, that might look quite nice. Or this one, I think, actually. So I'm going to tear this one now, just because I feel like I haven't really got that much room to play with on this one. And if you like the bird or the book images, I do have book page bundle kits in my shop on my website from time to time. I can't guarantee whether I have got them on there at the moment, but definitely, you know, they are on there from time to time. So if you wanted to go over and have a look, then please do. There we go. Yeah, I mean, that looks quite pretty on there, doesn't it? So yeah, hopefully that's going to be nice. So let's just put that to one side. Okay, right, then we've got these two. So this is one of those secret pockets pocket books that Rachel over at Roxy Creations, this was kind of inspired by her. Not sure. Can you tell I'm wanting to hoard this image? I mean, what is that about? Absolutely ridiculous, to be honest. Let me just fussy tear this a bit. Now, when I say I'm fussy tearing this, I'm not fussy tearing as in close around the bird. So if you're wondering, well, she doesn't look like she's fussy tearing it very well. It's because I'm not fussy tearing it around the bird. Sorry, this is all a bit of a mouthful. Not fussy tearing it around the bird. I'm fussy tearing around the image as a whole. So I didn't want to just fussy tear, you know, close around the bird. I wanted to encapsulate everything that's in the image, so including like the pictures, the flowers and things. So that's what I meant by, you know, I'm going to kind of fussy tear the images. So it's literally the whole image rather than just the bird. So unfortunately it's going to be a little bit on the big side for that one. Maybe it would look quite nice on there. I'm just going to try it on that pocket that I rejected just now. I mean, we could have it on there because, I mean, we have got this blue. I think that could look actually really stunning. So yeah, I've gone from kind of thinking, oh, nothing's going to go with this, to actually I think that's going to be really, really pretty. So we've got that one. Right, this green pocket, this is my William Morris papers. So I'm kind of drawn towards this one here. So again, just going to fussy tear that one. Okie dokie. So yeah, I think that's going to be quite nice. And this, obviously, this particular William Morris paper, it's quite nice because it's got birds on it. So it's, you know, it's kind of like in keeping with the theme, isn't it? The birds and the birds. Right, we've got this pocket. Now this one, I'm not sure what bird is going to look good on here. I mean, I'm kind of thinking these. Now, the only problem is these little, you know, side bits, they're not really going to kind of have a bird on at all, are they? Which, not quite sure. We might have picked a poor choice for a pocket to use, you know, for this project. So I'm just going to tear this out, and then we'll see. If this is not going to work, then I might not do this particular pocket in this. So just going to open this out. Okay. I mean, I personally don't think that looks great. So I'm going to, yeah, not do this pocket in this particular video, I think. So, yeah, I don't really think it looks great. Now, that bird looks quite nice on there. So we could use that, you know, and then we'd have them, you know, torn out separately. Let me just see what else I've got. So I've got this bird here. He's a bit weird, isn't he? Because he's at a strange angle where I'm not sure how he'll look sort of on his own, no longer part of the big image, whether he just looks like he's kind of like he's drunk hanging off the branch there, but maybe he doesn't. I don't know. Looks a bit weird angle, but let's just try this on a couple of. I mean, he looks quite pretty on there actually, doesn't he? I mean, probably here I'd prefer him. So yeah, again, I'm not sure whether that's really going to be complementing this particular paper. So, you know, much as I want to use the bird images, I don't want to just, you know, use them on paper that they're going to just look, you know, crazy on, because there's no point then. You know, I'm better off kind of saving them and using them for something else. Just going to quickly tear this one down in case this would be better on this particular pocket. Okay. Okay. No, this one doesn't fit. Oh my goodness, I'm not having much luck today, am I? Right. Okay, I mean, obviously all these images that I'm tearing out, you know, I can keep for other projects. So, I mean, it's not really the end of the world. It's, you know, it's all fine. So I'm thinking probably this one, to be honest, on here is going to be best. I mean, that one does look quite nice, but yeah, probably this one. So I'm just going to tear that round like that. Yeah, I mean, that's lovely on there, isn't it? So, yeah. Right, this one. Okay, so yeah, we'll just keep that one for another one. And then this, I'm just going to check that I wouldn't prefer a different one. No. Right, so, okay, we've got quite a few now to get going with. So, I mean, we probably won't get through half of these if I'm truthful. So, let's just move this out of the way and let's pull in. Right, let's work from the first one first. So, this is one of those Natasha from Treasure Books, I think, inspired pockets. I think that's where I saw this. So this one, you know, I just think looks really good on this colour scheme that we've got going on. So let's just tear that down. So again, just trying to keep sort of lots of the image in there rather than just making it, you know, just the bird. I've kept pretty much the whole sort of image. So I can always go in slightly more if it's looking a bit monstrous. But, you know, pretty much kind of keeping like the background, not information, not the background information, but yeah, the background kind of images or the background sort of image there. So yeah, like that. That looks quite nice, doesn't it? So I'm just going to ink this up because obviously we've got quite a brown theme going on this pocket. So just ink this one up. Okay, so it's just like looking a bit better, you know, colour wise. Okay, so I think going down there is probably best. Now just wondering what to put on there. I'm just swapping my scissors because I happen to know that they're pretty blunt when it comes to using them with fabric, which I will be using them with fabric. So yeah, I think they're going to look pretty, not look, no, sorry, losing my ability to speak today. They are not going to work well when I come to cutting lace. So yeah, let's just cut this little Ujimi flip out. There we go. Now I'm kind of wondering whether we want to incorporate some blue onto this pocket, because we have got the blue that's in the background on the image. Now obviously that blue is quite brown now because I've inked it up, but I mean it is still there, isn't it? So yeah, I'm kind of thinking maybe, I've just got a bit of William Morris paper here in blues. Right, let's just see. So if I were to tear this down, so yeah, I mean if I wanted to keep it sort of, oops, keep it like this. Okay. Oops, just tear that across the top. So something like that. What do we think? Or do we think it's better without the blue? It's hard to say, to be honest. I was really sure that the blue was going to be a good addition, but I don't know. Just take that out. When you take it out, it looks a bit like that bird's just been kind of plonked there. So I'm just going to put the bird down onto the paper, and then what we might do is actually tear the paper slightly closer to the bird. So instead of being, you know, such a really great big outline edge, it's just got a smaller, you know, smaller kind of piece of paper on there. So I just cut that down. Not cut. Tear that down. Oh, I think I shouldn't really talk about what we're doing so much. So I'm clearly just, yeah, waffling and losing my ability to talk really. So yeah, let's talk about, you know, let's talk about some other things. So I hope everyone's having a good day. Maybe you are doing some crafting. I hope you're having a nice time and working on something nice. It's a drab grey day here. And I know I say this all the time, but I'm just going to repeat myself again. Film ahead. So if, you know, if you are looking out and you live in the UK and you think, what is she talking about? It's, you know, glorious out there, then, hey, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed that's the case. But yeah, I'm filming this ahead and it is not a very nice day out there today. I mean, it has been raining earlier, but yeah, it's not raining so much now, but it had been. Right, so I'm thinking that looks gorgeous on there. Now, I do want to have some lace and things on there, so definitely going to have some lace. Now, also thinking maybe, just maybe, have one of my butterfly film strips. I don't know how this is going to look, but let's just see. It's always worth trying things, isn't it? You know, if you kind of like have a sneaky suspicion that something might work, but you're not sure, just try it. Because, you know, you can always not choose it, but if you don't try it, you know, you're never going to know, are you? So, I mean, I quite like that, to be honest. I was going to put some more of this paper down, but A, I have no idea where there is some more of that at the moment. Without printing some more, and B, actually I think this is quite nice as a sort of contrasting piece. So, you know, I actually think it's kind of nicer than having more of that. Now again, I was going to have ivory lace, but now I'm thinking, because we've kind of gone off at a tangent with the blue, I'm actually thinking the blue is quite nice. Now this is a kind of tealy colour which picks up this quite well. I mean, obviously it's, you know, it's a totally different shade, but the tone is the same, isn't it? So although the shade is, you know, way darker than what's on that you know, the sea or the water, actually from the point of view of, you know, the shading, it's the same shade. So I quite like that. Right, let's pop this one down. So just using my Anita's tacky glue here. That's kind of my go-to glue really. So yeah, we'll just pop this down here. Like that, okay. Yeah, love how that looks. And then along here, going to just have this. So I could even use my Fabri-Tac. Well, this is actually 3-in-1, but, and I've talked about this before, I do tend to just interchange them. And I did watch a video from Nick the Booksmith once, and she said, I'm sure she said she actually had phoned Beacon, who are the makers of this glue, and asked them what's the difference between the Fabri-Tac and the 3-in-1. And I'm sure she said that they said they're pretty much the same product. But I think she said that the Fabri-Tac is slightly stronger. So if you were doing something, you know, really, I don't know, like, you know, that required, like maybe it was a bit heavier or something, like a heavier fabric, then the Fabri-Tac would be slightly more advantageous to use. But for most things, the 3-in-1 would be fine. So yeah, now I'm just wondering how I want to have this. There or there. I'm going to just tear it here. So like that, and again just ink this up. Okay. Yeah, loving how that looks. Very, very pretty. And this we're going to have here. Now, just wondering whether I want to have some ivory lace after all, because I did say, didn't I, that I had originally intended on having some ivory lace. So let's just take a little bit of ivory lace. Now I'm just getting my lace from my drawer that's behind my desk, so I'm trying to be a bit tidier. I mean, honestly, if you could see the state of my desk, you would laugh your head off. But the statement of trying to be a bit tidier, I mean, honestly, what a joke. It's not tidy here in the slightest. So yeah, to say I'm trying to be a bit tidier is just like, who are you kidding? You know, this is not tidy at all. But you've got to start somewhere is what I always think. So right, let's just see, because I'm kind of thinking just a little bit of lace or something there. It's quite nice, isn't it? Yeah, like that. So I'm going to just hot glue this piece down, which is then going to clamp the lace down. Okay, so like that. Okay, that's just holding the lace in place nicely like that. Okie dokie. Wonder whether I should have inked that lace. Let's just quickly ink it now. Yeah, looks a bit more grungy now. So yeah, love how that looks. Now this piece, do we want this on some lace? I'm going for like a lace overdose now. So well, why not? Why not indeed? So yeah, let's just take that down. Okay, so if we were to have that lace like that, probably up that way. What do we think? Do we think the lace is kind of like worth having there or not really? I think it is nice, yeah. So again, just going to ink that lace up. Just going to pull it around a little bit. So hopefully it will go a little bit more irregular in shape. Okay, right. Pop that there. And then this is going to go kind of in the middle. So hopefully we've got a bit of lace coming out either side. Now, obviously when I come to glue this, because I haven't got a great deal of leeway, you know, either edge, it may or may not pan out like that. So I'm not going to stress. If it doesn't go to plan, it doesn't go to plan. It's not the end of the world. But yeah, there we go. Oh my goodness, doesn't that look lovely? Really, really nice. Now, just wondering, now, do we want to have a wax seal? So I've got some ready done wax seals. Got a crown here. Could have something like that. What do we think? Oh, I'm not sure. Wondering whether I need a little bit of stamping in that background. Going to fussy cut this little tiny butterfly. Now this is very tiny, so it might just look like nothing by the time I've cut it out. Because sometimes if things are pretty tiny like this, I don't know about you, but I end up cutting them out and they just look like nothing. They just don't resemble anything. Oh my goodness. Very fiddly, that's for sure. Yep, kind of wishing that I hadn't embarked on cutting that out. Oh no, I've just pulled the butterfly apart pretty much. Uh-oh, it's falling apart now. Oh dear, that was not good. He's hanging on by a thread, this little fella. Oh my goodness. He is literally like, ah. Is he going to survive is the question. Oh my goodness. I mean, if he does, it will be a miracle, to be honest. Oh my gosh. Why did I think this was going to be a good idea, I wonder? Right. Because I'm just thinking, whoops, we could have one of these little butterflies, like, maybe even, oops. Right, okay, I best get this glued down before he falls apart. So, okay, like that. Right, let me get that off the desk. So, yeah, that looks quite nice, doesn't it? Now, do I want to have, I'm thinking maybe some sari silk or something around there. Now, do I want to have ivory, which is very pretty, or do I have any blue left? So I've got this tealy blue. Okay. So the blue's just kind of quite nice, isn't it, as a complete contrast, I think. So, okay, let's just snip off my end and just, yep, cut that down there. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Oh, this is not going well, look. Oh dear. Making a bit of a pig's ear of this, so yeah, not going well. Oh no, not going well at all. Sometimes you just you know, get it kind of in the wrong place and then it does not want to tear in half. I'm just going to end up with loads of bits of sari silk, so this is annoying to say the least. Let me try the other end. Hold on. Because sometimes if you can't get it one end, you could maybe get it the other end. So let's try this end instead. So like that. Right, okay. No, it's still not working. Oh, that's so annoying. Right, okay, I'm going to have to just cut it. So only because it is quite thick to have it, you know, as it is. So I would prefer it, you know, kind of half width really. I mean, this obviously looks pretty rubbish with my terrible cutting, but because it's all sort of wrinkled and sort of creased, it's quite hard to cut. I mean, it's much better when it just tears, to be honest. Oh my goodness, I am making such a rubbish job of this. Oh, come on, come on. Now, do I dare tear that? No, probably not. I think the same thing will just happen. It's just going to you know, go off at an angle and then just be ruined. Oh my goodness me. This is like a military operation. It's just awful. Come on, come on. Right, okay, finally got there. Right, now I am thinking some stamping on here actually, I think would be lovely. So now what stamping shall we do? Ooh, what stamping shall I do is the question. So I have got the corner stamps somewhere. Oh no, these decorative ones. Yeah, I think maybe some of these. So yeah, maybe, oh, maybe this one, because I do quite like this one. It's lovely. Right, now, do I want to use a block? I probably should use a block because it's not looking, well, not it's not looking, but I'm not making a very good job of anything I've touched so far. So I think probably a block is the way to go here. Now, what colour shall we do this? I have actually got some teal stays on, so we could use the teal. I hope I don't spoil this, to be honest. It's always a little bit of a risk, isn't it, when you start, you know, doing something after you've applied all your other bits. Because, you know, the last thing you want to do is obviously then ruin what you've already worked on. So, yeah, perhaps what I should do is just... Right, these are some of my large images, which, as you can see, I've printed 4 to a page. So, just going to stamp this off just to check how bright that is. Oh, it's not too bad. Yeah, it's not too bad. I quite like that. Okay. Yeah. So that ink pad is not that juicy now, which actually I'm preferring, because I think for this particular book, you know, I think it would actually look pretty awful if it was very juicy. So just right. Okay. Now I don't want to go over here, so I'm going to have to just cover that with something. So let's just take a scrap. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to use this because it's just laying around. Right, let's open this up. Okie dokie. Do we want it in the middle or right over? Probably in the middle actually should be better, shouldn't it? So yeah, do it there, like that. Oh, that's pretty, isn't it? And then actually I'm thinking maybe some here. Oh gosh, now I've not got 2 bits. So let me just cover up this and cover up this. I mean, I might not even hit those, but just in case I do. Oh, do you know, I'm actually thinking I would have preferred it. Or should we do it like that? Don't actually know whether that would touch it, to be honest. Because it was quite raised where it was kind of like pressed on there, but that's fine. And then I might just do a little bit over in this corner. So just maybe, or maybe going up the side. Like that, okay. So yeah, something like that, which now actually I'm thinking, oh, that looks a bit weird, doesn't it, how I've done that? Yeah, perhaps I'll have to have a bit more going round. Oh, perhaps I should just do now all of it going round, because now it just looks really strange. Okay, yeah, that looks better, doesn't it? So right. Oh, that was a close shave, because I thought, oh no, I've really ruined it, to be honest. It looks terrible. But it looks okay now. So, yeah, kind of happier anyway with it. And then I'm just going to ink it up a bit. Okay. Like that. So yeah, that looks really nice, doesn't it? Now with the sari silk, I'm thinking we could put the sari silk just underneath the wax seal. have the wax seal down there, and then just have like a wraparound piece. So just going to glue this down here like that. Okay, just going to glue the lace down a little bit more, and just get the wax seal. Okay. Like that. Oh my goodness, doesn't that look yummy? Love it, love it, love it, love it. Right, and then we'll tuck this into here. So obviously I don't need this sari silk as long as it is currently. So I will, you know, I will cut that down. So just bring it to about here. And then with my excess bit of sari silk, I'm thinking, do we want to ruffle this anywhere? Just because I do like that look of the ruffled sari silk, to be honest. So I might just pop a little bit here. Oops, come out the way. Oh gosh. Okie dokie. Like that. Okie doke. Right, just snip that down like that. Oh, doesn't that look so pretty? The only thing I think it's lacking is a little bit of bling, so let's just take a bit of bling. Now, do we want the bling there or do we want it on here? I like it in both places actually, so yeah, again, wish I could hear you guys and you could tell me where you think it's best. I actually prefer it here, I think, which is weird, unexpected that I preferred it there. Okay, there we go. Oh, how pretty does that look? Love how that looks. Right, okay, one down. We are not flying through these, are we? Right, shall we try this one that we were really kind of struggling with this piece, weren't we? And saying, well, it doesn't really kind of like complement this that brilliantly. So let's see if we can turn this around and make it complement this paper, you know, better. So, like that. Now, this obviously is plain in there at the moment. So I'm thinking something blue in there would be quite good. Now, have I got anything blue is the question. Now, this is my flea market paper. It's not really, is it? No, I don't think that's really going to work. Because it's not really going to show apart from anything else. Wonder if I could just literally have it poked into there, very, you know, tiny amount, so that that blue is very visible. Let me just see. Oops. Sorry, very shoddy methods here, but I'm just trying to see whether if that were, you know, just literally that triangle in there, would that be enough of a blue tinge? I think it would. Yeah, I think it would. So, right. Okay, so if I want that to go in there, I'm going to cut it. Oh gosh, this is going to be trickier than I'd expected. So, right, I'm going to take it down here like this, across the top, like that, and then down this side like that. Okay, right. Looking good. So I'm going to tuck this in like this. Okay. So I just wanted to have, you know, quite a lot of blue showing so that we're picking up the blue that's on the image. So I think that works quite nicely. So yeah. Right, let's take that and pop that down. And then I'm going to trim this down once I've glued it in or glued it on. So just pop it on here and then trim it down. So, like that. Come on. Okay. Yeah, that looks okay. And then just smooth that out. Like that. Okay, and then just trim it down. Okay, right. Looking good. And then, yeah, this one, I'm going to have it here. Now, that's annoying, isn't it? Because there's not really much other blue on here. Oh my goodness, doesn't that bird look gorgeous on there? Now, I don't know whether that's going to look rubbish. So let's just tear it out and hope for the best. If not, I'll have to obviously save this portion that I've torn out to use in collage or something, because heaven forbid that I would waste this sheet of paper, but I'm not quite sure whether it's going to look good or not. So it's not bad, is it? Not bad. So obviously, as you can see, I mean, it's very wide and needs, you know, needs taken down, but yeah, I quite like it. So just take this down here. Okay, like that. Yeah. Oh my goodness, doesn't that look gorgeous? I absolutely love it. I really hope that the camera is doing this justice, because here in the flesh, this looks so pretty. Like really, 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 really pretty. Oh, just, yeah, absolutely love how that looks. Absolutely gorgeous. Right, let's pop this down. Okay. Who would have thought? This is my flea market paper and this is my Myrtle Cottage. And to be honest, who would have thought that they would look okay together? I mean, I would never in a million years have put them together, but just with the addition of the bird, they just look gorgeous, don't they? Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely love that. Right, so that's that one. Now I've got some blue lace here. Did I try this blue lace just now? I don't know whether I did, but oh my goodness, doesn't that look lovely? Now, where do we want this is the question. Oh my goodness, it's looking gorgeous everywhere I put it. So just take this down. Right, take this curly edge off. Oh my goodness, come on. Okay, now I think maybe like that. Now I'm just wondering whether I'd like another bit here in that sort of, oh my gosh, doesn't that look so striking? Right, let's take that. Okay. Oh, this is turning out very, very girly, isn't it? So yeah, you know, I sometimes struggle with the birds, not because they're not girly. I mean, that sounds a strange thing to say, but you know, because they're not pink and fluffy, and you know, I like kind of the architecture and the Victorian stuff and the ladies and all of that. So yeah, sometimes struggle with the birds because of course they're not that, but oh my gosh, look at how this piece is now looking. Now this is a full page, you know, full height page pocket, but my gosh, doesn't it look lovely now? So I mean, if you picture this in a journal, it would be the full height of the page, which, you know, is just going to look gorgeous, isn't it? Right, let's put this one down. Oops, down here. Okay. Oops. So pop that on there. Now, obviously, you can see, I mean, I've not cut that straight or anything. I personally don't mind that. I think it kind of almost adds to it, to be honest. But, you know, I mean, obviously, I'm not saying everybody would like that sort of look. But, yeah, personally, I quite like it. So, now, going to just cut this down a bit. So, hopefully, it's going to fit in here. Now, this is going to be a bit trickier to squish this lace in. So, just pop a bit of glue across there. Oh, I don't know how I'm going to put this in, to be honest. All right. Okay, squish that in like that. It was not as bad as I expected, actually. Yeah, I thought that was going to be really fiddly to squish in, but actually it was okay. So, yeah, it looks good, doesn't it? Oops. Oh, come on. Right. Oh, that looks lovely. Oh, this is turning out like my favourite piece, given the fact that this was, you know, the one that I had my doubts about, because I thought, well, I'm not even sure that that bird really kind of goes on that paper. Actually, now, it's now kind of my favourite piece. It just looks so pretty, doesn't it? Now, do we think that the purple is like a step too far? Or do we think we can get away with it? Again, wishing I was live and I could hear you guys. I mean, that's one look, isn't it? With just the blue. That's kind of a bluey purple. This obviously purple picking up from the flowers. I think I probably prefer the, you know, the keeping it with the blue. So, yeah, now, do we... No. No. Okay, so I was just pulling in that because it was just sat there on the desk, really, and I thought, oh, well, let's give it a try. I've just got this little thingy-bob. That was just from, you know, what we used on the last one, so just try it and see if it will work anywhere. That's quite pretty, isn't it? Now, I'm just wondering whether what we could do is have, like, some... ribbon or something tied around it in a bow. What do you think? I think that would look quite nice. Right, let's pop this wax seal down. Yeah, that wax seal looks gorgeous on there, doesn't it? Isn't that just like a really pretty wax seal? Okay, I'll just pop this one down. Okie dokie. Oh my gosh, doesn't this look gorgeous? I love it so much. Probably my favourite, you know, bird themed thing that I've ever made, actually. You know, I don't make bird themed things very often, if I'm truthful. So, you know, it's not like I've got a massive, you know, history of kind of like bird themed things. But yeah, I think this is, you know, probably up there with, oh my gosh, one of my most favourite things that I've ever made, bird themed. And you know what's going to happen with this, don't you? Yeah, you guessed it. I'm going to just hoard this because I can't now bring myself to ever part with this. It's just love it so much. So this is one of the flowers from my Perfect Pocket, not Perfect Pocket, sorry, my Fun Photos kit. And oh my goodness, doesn't that just pick up the pinks from everywhere and just, you know, just pulls it all together, doesn't it? Oh my gosh, I love this. Love this pocket so much. Yeah, I mean, this is just going to be hoarded like forever now. Oh. Really love it. Right, so like that. Now, just wondering whether we want to have a butterfly or anything on here. So I have got my bright butterflies. I could have done with printing them off 2 to a page, if I'm truthful, but yeah, I think these are going to be too big, which is a weird thing to say because, like I said, this is actually a full page pocket, full page height pocket. But for some reason, I feel like it would need a smaller butterfly. Now, whether or not that's because everything's big on here. So I feel like, you know, because everything's big, it needed perhaps a smaller butterfly. I don't know. But we'll just try this one anyway, and we'll just see. Because it might look okay. We might just be pleasantly surprised. But yeah, I thought maybe some organza ribbon tied around this might look quite pretty. But I don't actually know whether it needs that now. Because, you know, I think it looks quite lovely just how it is, really. I don't think it even needs to have anything else. It was because as it was kind of like exploding, like, you know, in yumminess before my eyes, I then just thought, oh my goodness, what else could we put on there that's even more girly and even more yummy? But yeah, I mean, to be honest, does it really need it? Probably not really. Could have a butterfly. I mean, I don't really think it's necessary, to be honest, but yeah, I mean, could do. Right there. Although then do we have quite a line of things going on over here? I don't know. Maybe there. Oh, let's just pop it on, shall we? I mean, let's just go for it. We've got loads of things on here now. Right, let me see if I've got any organza. Oh, I have got some purple organza, would you believe? Now, I don't have very much organza ribbon, so this could be a sign that this is meant to be. The fact it just happens to be purple, you know, given the fact I don't really have a great deal of organza ribbon. Oh, no, definitely no. I think that's kind of like a step too far and just actually spoiling it. So, yeah, I think we'll leave it like that. Oh, actually, just before I do, I've got some lilac, which maybe... I mean, I think the blue would have looked stunning. Of course, I don't have any blue organza, but yeah, I think blue would have looked best. Right. Oh, no. No. Although, actually, just before I dismiss it completely, right, let's just try again. Okay. Right. So maybe, you know, if kind of like you're a bit like me and birds are not generally kind of, you know, where you feel, you know, you're drawn to, maybe if you make your bird themed things, you know, if you're very drawn to girly things like I am, you know, maybe if you make your bird themed items, you know, way more kind of girly and pretty and, you know, pink and fluffy and all of that, then maybe then, you know, that's kind of the way to find bird things more accessible. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, definitely for me, this is probably my favourite bird thing that I've ever made. So I'm actually thinking maybe have the ribbon right over there. Oh my goodness, I love how that looks. Right, so that's second pocket, very different to the first. Right, let's do this one because this will be a very different look again. So I just want to kind of keep the, you know, the pieces that we do quite different looking. I don't want them to turn out kind of remotely the same because that would be obviously really boring to watch. So yeah, and I mean, it's nice to do some bird themed ephemera, isn't it? You know, especially if like you don't do it very often. It's nice to obviously, you know, to sort of venture into something a bit outside your comfort zone. I mean, Tracy Fox, she does quite a lot of birds, doesn't she? And Wendy from Wendy's Journal Adventure, she does quite a lot of birds. I feel like, is it my imagination, or do you think people do less birds than they used to? I don't know whether that's my imagination. I'm now kind of just thinking, do people seem to be doing less birds? Now, bearing in mind, I'm filming this ahead, so this will be like sod's law that I've said this now, and there will be nothing but birds now for the next few months. And, you know, if I don't load the video up for like months, all you're going to see is birds, and you'll think, well, what's she talking about? That's all that people are doing at the moment is birds. No, at the moment people are not doing just mainly birds. So yes, if it looks like I completely have misjudged that, it's because at the moment there don't seem to be many bird things. But maybe by the time this video goes up, perhaps there will be lots of bird things. So yeah. Right, so we've got this one. Now, that's quite nice on here. Again, wishing I'd printed some of these off, you know, in the smaller size, but let's just have a quick look around. I'm just kind of scanning the desk really to see what else I've got laying about that might look good on here. Oh, that's from my autumn kit. Oh, that's quite nice actually on there, isn't it? I mean, it's sort of weird because it doesn't really go, but it's quite pretty. I mean, isn't it funny how sometimes when you just pull in things that, you know, they're all that you've got laying around, they can just still work brilliantly, can't they? You know, things that you would never have pulled out sort of initially, and then you try them randomly, and it's like, oh, it's quite good actually. Right, so we could have something like that, which then that's bringing in the blue of the bird and the green of the background paper, because obviously, I'm just rummaging through my bin because I think I might have just dropped something in there earlier, but no, can't see it now. Anyway, yeah, we could have something like that. Now, if we do that, I'm wondering whether we might want to have some more of the lace, but on this edge. Oops. And then that's going to tie in, tie in the two sides, isn't it? Yeah, love how that looks. So yeah, let's pop some lace down here. Oops. Got to use my Fabri-Tac even that time. So yeah, we're just going with the Anita's tacky glue, which is fine. You know, that works perfectly fine. Okay, right. I'm going to put a little bit of lace on here. So this pocket's just flown together, hasn't it? I mean, literally it's taken seconds to put this one together, which is great. Absolutely great. Right, now let's snip this down. Okay. And then, oh no, where's my bird gone? Oh my goodness, what have I done with it? Am I just being completely crazy, or has it just dropped somewhere? Oh, it's under there, look. The amount of times I do that, honestly, why don't I just check each time? Oh, maybe that should go on that side. Don't know why, I just automatically put it over here, but there's no reason why it couldn't go on this side, actually. Just take that bit off. Oh, I can't decide which side it should go. I mean, that just sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? You know, as if it's really such a big deal. But I mean, obviously you do want things to go where they're going to look best, don't you? So right, just take one of these butterflies. Like I said, I mean, I wish really that I'd taken some smaller, you know, printed some smaller, but anyway. Oh, Bo's down beside me in her bed, and she's just groaning. I know I say this all the time, but I mean, obviously I do repeat myself all the time because I know that, you know, sometimes people might be joining me for the first time and they will wonder, who's Bo? Who's Bo that's down beside you? She's my dog. So yeah, my little sausage dog. So I mean, honestly, all she does all day is sleep. It's so cute. And now I can see why people say, oh, it's a dog's life, you know. I mean, they don't have a bad life, do they? Just sleeping all day. Sleeping all day and then complaining when, you know, I'm obviously disturbing her. She's like, you know, why are you disturbing me? Yeah, she's letting me know her, you know, displeasure at being disturbed, obviously. I mean, she's hardly lacking in sleep, so... But yeah, she obviously doesn't want to be disturbed. Oh my goodness, what about that? Doesn't that look gorgeous? Absolutely love it. So I'm going to hot glue this down. Now, I know I say things like this all the time. I'm doing this because I'm gluing it onto fabric and I just want it to just be glued instantly. I don't want to have to be, you know, pressing it down and hoping it's glued down, particularly whilst I'm doing a video. So it's, you know, it's complete sort of overkill. You don't have to be, you know, hot gluing pieces like that down, but just when you're doing a video, I think it's just helpful, and it saves everyone having to just watch while I'm, you know, keep pressing things down. So that's why I've done that. Okie dokie. Pretty butterfly. Little flower. Okay. Like that. And then now, do we want this flower up here? I think it's best over here, really. Yeah. Okay. Oh my goodness, isn't that gorgeous? So, I mean, they really look very different, don't they? All the pieces that we've made, you know, they're really, really different. Now, I can't actually see how long I've been filming for, which is a bit annoying. I can't see whether it says 56 or 36. I mean, it doesn't feel like I've been filming for 56 minutes, but perhaps I have. Perhaps I have. So, yes, based on that, I'd best call it quits, really, because I'm sure you're all really bored watching. So we only got 3 pieces done, which seems to be kind of my average, really, you know, when I'm decorating. So, yeah, kind of 3 an hour. But yeah, I hope you like them. They're very, very different, aren't they? My favourite, without a question, is this one. Let me know what you think. Are you like me? Are you drawn to this? Do you think it's just like, oh my goodness? Or are you like, no, that's just too much going on there. Do you prefer the others? So yeah, let me know below which is your favourite, and let me know below. Do you struggle with birds? Do you, you know, are you more drawn to kind of girly things? What, you know, what are your favourite kind of things to be using? And yeah, let me know below which one's your favourite, which is your favourite thing to work with as well. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks then. Bye.